In this video, I want to show you how you can have all day energy. None of that 3 o'clock crash feeling, reaching for that cup of coffee multiple times, feeling dehydrated, feeling brain fogged all day, feeling depressed when you wake up or anxiety. This stuff works. Okay, I'm living proof of it. Before this, I was drinking around 1,000 milligrams of caffeine. I'm a little embarrassed to say that. I would just be drinking coffee all day long. And coming into 2020, I realized it was time for a shift. I didn't like the way that made me feel. Shamans call coffee the empty fire because it builds you up really fast, right? And then it makes you crash like crazy. And I've tried the Bulletproof coffee with caffeine, with MCT oil and butter in the coffee, and I mean, that just makes you fat. Even if it works, it makes you fat. So in this video, I thought we'd go back to the roots of this channel, because you might be thinking, what's a health video doing on this channel? We're not gonna go all the way health, but this smoothie really helped me out and benefited me a lot. And I know that if you're someone who's struggling, an entrepreneur with focus, or you're someone who just wants to have their best life, doing one of these smoothies every single day is one of the quickest ways to get all this energy into your body. High vibrational foods. So I'll walk you through each of these items, why I put it in here, how it can benefit you. Then we'll blend it in here, drink it up, and have some fun. I'm also in my mom's house, so shout out to her. Just visiting here for the holidays, and there's a couple last days we got in the winter time before I'm moving to Scottsdale, Arizona next month with my girlfriend. We'll move down there and kind of restart. So figured we'd take advantage of the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I'm freezing for you, so if that doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what does. So this is the Ninja blender right here. Nothing too special about this. You can use any blender. I know Vitamixes are popular models as well, but I bought this because it was cheaper. Wasn't ready to spend $800 or whatever a Vitamix blender is on a blender. It does the same thing. This thing's powerful, it's worked, it keeps working, okay? So this is the, if you're looking for the model, Ninja Professional 900 watt blender right here. That's what you'll need. But don't get too bogged down. Anything you have at home will probably work. I like to get some coconut water in there. This is coconut milk from Trader Joe's, organic, non-dairy, unsweetened. It's just a base. In any smoothie, you're gonna have a lot of liquid, so these powders don't get bogged down. Now guys, I'm gonna warn you, with this stuff, I'm just pretty liberal. I don't have time to measure the berry blends exactly or all these things. It's just very loose. That's how I like to do it. So for you, I recommend don't be someone who's measuring every single thing out. It's a smoothie. It's gonna work no matter what. So you just want, in general, enough water to blend in these powders and just make it not as thick. Does that make sense? Second ingredient, this is raw water. Okay, this is raw spring water. Now I'm a lunatic. I'm a health nut these days, a hippie health nut who stares at crystals. I go up to a natural spring in my area here. It's an artesian well. So it's actually an aquifer underneath the ground that passes up through all the layers of minerals, and it acts as a natural filter for it. Such a cool thing to have in my backyard. It's 20 minutes away. I might do a video on that later, but I call this raw water because I go and forage for it, or I harvest it. I take these 2 5-gallon jugs with me up there to the spring, and I get 10 gallons of this raw water and I drink it. Now you might be thinking, okay, why not just use a filter? Why not just use the tap water or a Brita filter or something like that? This comes from how it feels and tastes. I can notice the difference. And it might be placebo, but I don't think so. When I'm looking into raw water, there's actually research by a Japanese scientist, Emoto is his last name, and they froze water crystals. Okay, so you know how snowflakes are all individual? Well, it's what you do when you freeze water, right? You can look at the individual makeup of it. And so what he did is he froze tap water, and the makeup was disgusting. It was awful. It was really impure. The crystal didn't look well. And then he froze this water that was from, this might have been another lab on his work, from like these remote parts in Peru or somewhere down there where it was like 3-day trek to get in. And the crystals were beautiful. They were pure. They were geometrical. They were like sacred geometry in these crystals. So like water has this woo-woo form of intelligence that is now being backed up by some science. Now, I don't want to get into that beyond this video. I know there's been some controversial stuff, like people haven't been able to recreate some of his findings. That's a whole other topic. Well, all we can agree on, you and I, is that when they're pumping chemicals into water in a tap, it's probably not as good for you as this. And if we're 70 or 80% water, doesn't it make sense to get the best quality stuff out there? Absolutely, we can agree on that. So get the best quality water. If all you got is a filter, that's fine. Just upgrade over time. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars right away, guys, or you don't need to harvest water like me. If you do want to know where to get raw water, I'll link down below where I get it, or it's just called findaspring.org. It's an organization, I believe, and that's where I found that spring in my area. Next up, let's get some protein. So this is VEGA Sport Protein. This is premium protein. I am not a vegan. I am not vegan-gelical, right? How do you know if someone's a vegan? They'll tell you. That's the joke. I don't have a bias around it, but I just know that whey protein messes up my stomach and gives me gas, so you won't want to hang out with me. It might be fine if we're making a YouTube video and you can't smell the stuff, but this is what I have found to agree best with my makeup. Heap and scoop of that right there, goes straight in. Now this stuff is chunky, so you got to make sure you have the liquid in there. That's why you put it in first. To give it some flavor so it's not just water and minerals and stuff like that, I use this berry blend from Whole Foods. Okay, it's just an organic berry blend. You can use any berries, although I do recommend you buy organic and high quality, right? Because these are some of the most absorbable. They absorb pesticides the most because they're berries. You eat the skin on them. Versus something like a banana, if you look at the organic charts, that's a little bit more fine to buy conventional because it has such a thick skin and you peel it off, right? Trying to just get enough for some flavor right there. Next up, we have chia seeds. Black chia seeds, again, from Whole Foods. These are good. They have a lot of fiber, or they help you digest things. They get you moving and grooving, all right? So one tip on chia seeds is if you're gonna use them, you wanna soak them, I've found, for about 12 hours before you use them. Soak them so that you can actually absorb them, right? Because you'll notice when they're raw, they're really small, they're just a seed. But when you soak them, they get this film around them, like this goop, and that's really what you want, okay? So you need to soak your chia seeds before you use them. So this is our base. You could drink this and this would be a good smoothie. But the next 5 products are really where the magic happens for that all-day energy and mental clarity, and I'll really geek out with you on these 5 ingredients because this is really where the magic happens, okay? So the first ingredient, you might be thinking, well, Clark, there's no spinach in there. There's no greens in there. What the heck? It's because I got it right here. This is a product that I absolutely love. We've talked about it 2 years ago on this channel. I've been using it for years. It's called ORGANIFI. Super good company. Drew Canelli, the founder, knows his stuff about health. You can trust them, or I trust them at least. And this has so many superfoods all in one. Okay, so we're talking chlorella, spirulina, mint, monk fruit, I believe is how they flavor it. It's got ashwagandha in here. That's the one ingredient I really love. Because ashwagandha, you can do research on it. It's really good for anxiety. It's good for stress. Something called an adaptogen. Okay, when you use these in your body, they help your endocrine system combat hormones that can be stressful, like cortisol, all that stuff, right? And so it helps them fight them. So I like the single serving of ORGANIFI, and I'll link down below where you can get it as well, because I get this every month. I have boxes of this in my house. To me, this is worth it. You might be thinking, oh, all this stuff's expensive. Okay, well, there's 2 things I'll say to that. The first is a saying from Paul Chek. He says you can pay the farmer more now or the doctor more later. So you can invest in your health, and then later down the road, you won't need to pay as much because you're not going to be sick. It's really expensive to be sick. Doctor bills, have you seen that? Even to a certain extent, cancer or disease, have you seen those bills? Those are really expensive. So investing in your health is really important. But second, is when I caught myself in that limiting belief of, oh, these supplements and stuff is really expensive, I'm like, hey, numbnuts, look at all the stuff you're spending money on that's unessential or unhealthy. I was going out to eat for like burgers, right? And I'm like, okay, there's $20 right there. Or I would go drinking with some friends. I'm like, you're willing to pay $7 for a beer, but you're not willing to pay, like, I don't know what this comes out to, a couple bucks a day for this stuff. And that's where I really realized the contradictory aspects. So stuff that'll make you better is an investment in your health. This stuff's organic, gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, vegan, non-GMO. Okay, we got it all. So everyone can be happy as well. And you dump that right in. Now, why do I use a single serving and not the tub? You can get the tub, but it came out to the same price. And I travel a lot, so I don't want to take tubs with me in airports and stuff. So I just found the single servings more convenient, and quite honestly, I'm just lazy and really just don't want to measure it. So we talked about adaptogens, those helpers that go into your endocrine system and can combat stress, like ashwagandha. Another one is maca powder, maca root powder. Now, this stuff gives you insane boners as well, so be warned. Might turn you into an animal. I got this at Whole Foods. I'll link down below where you can get one on Amazon if you want. 1 teaspoon is about 1 serving in here. So I like to do about 2 teaspoons just because I'm a maniac and I'm psycho. But around there is good, I've found for my smoothie. Next up, I'm gonna butcher this name, guys. This is MUCUNA PRURIENS. All right, this is one by Sun Potion. They don't have this brand anymore on Amazon, but I'll link up the next one I'm gonna buy because I'm almost out of this. And this is a dopamine bean. So it's said to increase your dopamine levels, keep you focused, keep you happy, that feel-good chemical, and keeps you full as well. So I like to do 1/2 teaspoon, which is my little ratchet broken off measuring stick so it fits in the cup. Now that is it for this smoothie. Will it fit? Will it fit? Yes. Okay, right here. Screw that on, and we're gonna blend this up in a little bit. But before, there's 2 things that make this smoothie work way more. Okay, and these 2 things I use during the day as well. Ingredients 9 and 10, in my opinion, are almost more important than this smoothie. It's right here. Okay, so this is the brand BioOptimizers. Wade Lightheart, the founder of it, is just really cool to learn from if you're looking for health. He is a vegan. He's like a vegan bodybuilder, so he's huge. He's awesome. He's a really positive guy. I love listening to his stuff. Highly recommend it. But the 2 products I absolutely love and I won't go anywhere without, okay, are P3OM, this is a probiotic, and MAS enzymes. This is a digestive enzyme. I'll tell you a little bit about why I like these so much. With this one, I gave it to my mom for Christmas. It was a stocking stuffer. It's a pretty good stocking stuffer because this stuff can get, you know, this is a good, high quality, expensive probiotic. Now, I like these for a couple of reasons. The first is the quality. You're not what you eat, you're what you eat and absorb. So this stuff is the highest quality stuff out there. Okay, so many people recommend it, and I notice a night and day difference taking this probiotic versus others. And probiotics are really important to get the high quality stuff. What I love about this, it's a single strand probiotic. So they patented this Lactobacillus plantarum OM. They patented a single strain of it and how they do it. The quality is amazing, but the thing that I noticed the most anecdotally was when he was on a podcast. He said something along the lines of, and this is what got me to buy, you know, people come to us with caffeine addictions and they drink mounds and mounds of coffee all day and they're just brain fogged, and they notice after taking this in about a week those symptoms clean up and they don't need as much coffee anymore. They start to report more energy, better quality sleep, and I'm like, okay, who doesn't want that? So I bought the stuff, I bit the bullet, I got these together, literally doing it like he said for a 90-day reboot. I noticed my coffee consumption tanked. I just didn't feel the need to have it anymore. I'll still have a cup here and there, and sometimes I like going to a coffee shop to work and edit videos for you guys. But I noticed insane boosts in mental clarity and energy just from this probiotic, okay? This thing is, I view it as like a lifesaver mentally for me. So I love this stuff, super passionate about that as well. Now moving on to the MAS enzyme, stuff is so cool, and what got me to buy this, okay? Because again, you're not what you eat, you're what you eat and digest and absorb. So all this food right here, if you're not absorbing it into your body, this is worthless. So that's why this stuff is so important, because this helps you absorb it and this helps you absorb it as well. So you can pay hundreds of dollars for superfoods, but if you're just going through you and not into you, it doesn't really matter. Digestive enzymes really help. And what got me to buy this is, man, this will help you digest your food. What people don't realize is about 50% of the energy in food just is allocated to digesting your food. That's why people report all this energy and clarity when they fast, because you're not digesting your food anymore, you're giving your body a break. So 50% of it is going to digest your food. Don't you think you're gonna have more energy if you have things that help you do that? Absolutely. And you're like, okay, well, does this really work? Is this BS? Well, I thought maybe it was just an expensive supplement that I didn't need. Till I went to their website and they had a piece of steak in 3 glasses. This was such a cool experiment. They had one right here, piece of steak and water, piece of steak and water, piece of steak and water. and they dropped no enzyme in one, conventional enzyme in the other, and then mass enzyme in the third, and they came back, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours later or something. They stirred it up. By the end of it, the mass enzyme was like this goop that looked like this. The normal enzyme was a little chunky, and the water was just a piece of steak and water. Now, I actually kind of recreated my own version of that experiment accidentally. I'm like, and I'll tell you why I do this in a minute. So I actually blend this up, and then I take these supplements right after. I take about 4 of these and 2 of these, okay? And I got the bright idea, okay, why don't I just drop these in here so I don't have to take pills? Smart, right? And this stuff started making this liquid. I'm not even kidding. At the bottom there, and it tasted kind of funky. At the bottom there, it was like really liquid. So it was digesting all the stuff in here. And I'm like, that's so cool. That's how it works in your life normally. Again, these fantastic products. I don't go anywhere without these, and ORGANIFI, I'll link up where you can get them in the link below for the best price as well. Highly recommend it. I got like 10 bottles of this stuff in my house. The moment we've all been waiting for. You guys ready? How funny would it be if this thing either broke or this thing tasted awful? That's a little smoothie ASMR there. There's the ASMR for the smoothie, guys. That's it for the video. Please like and subscribe right now. In all seriousness, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Love each and every one of you. You guys liking the 30 for 30 challenge? Sad it's coming up on an end, but all good things come to an end. And then I finally get my life back when I don't have to stress about making videos every day. I'm gonna go enjoy this smoothie. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of today in the beautiful cloudy Seattle. Hope you do the same. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna do this. And if you do this, send me a message on Instagram. Let me know if you like this. How did it taste? What did you notice? Did you notice any of these benefits? Do this smoothie for 21 days. That's my challenge to you. 21 days, get enough ingredients to last for 21 days, and try this out. See if it resonates with your body. It did for me. Again, mental clarity, energy, focus, happiness, less bad stuff, more of the good. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stop settling, start living. See you guys.